What if the connections you feel today are echoes from past lives shaping your present? Believe it or not, your actions in previous lifetimes could be influencing who you are right now. But how does that really work? And how does karma affect your journey? Today, we'll dive into incredible stories of people who remembered their past lives and transformed their present ones. What you discover about yourself might change everything. If you're ready to explore mysteries like this and transform your spiritual path, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Every insight could make a meaningful difference in your life. Let's begin. But before we move forward, we need to ask, what exactly is karma? How does it influence our lives and the choices we make? The concept of karma might seem complex at first glance, but at its core, it's simple. Everything we do, think, and feel creates an effect that returns to us at some point. It's like tossing a stone into a lake. The ripples spread outward and eventually return to the shore. In the cycle of reincarnation, these ripples don't just come back in a single lifetime. They can travel across lifetimes, shaping how we live and what we learn in different moments. Karma isn't about punishment or reward. It's a mechanism for growth. Think of each incarnation as a new opportunity to correct mistakes, develop virtues, and experience situations that weren't fully understood in previous lives. For example, someone who lived a life dominated by pride may reincarnate facing challenges that teach humility. Every experience becomes a chance for balance and self-awareness. Now think about your own life. Is there a repetitive behavior or emotional pattern that feels difficult to break? What if these challenges are reflections of something that began in a previous life? Stories of people who remembered their past experiences show how recognizing these patterns can bring relief and personal growth. In this way, karma acts like a mirror, reflecting what we need to see, guiding us in the right direction. With every new life, we step onto the stage in a new costume, playing different roles, but we carry with us both accumulated wisdom and unresolved issues. This continuous cycle offers us opportunities for learning and spiritual evolution. So, how can we make the most of these opportunities? The answer lies in taking responsibility for our actions and consciously choosing to live with love and joy. By doing so, we begin to transform not only our present reality, but also future lives. Karma, after all, isn't a burden. It's a compass guiding us toward our best selves. But these are not just theoretical ideas. Real stories show how accessing past life memories can transform the way we live today. Let's explore some of them. The stories of those who accessed past life memories show us that these experiences go far beyond mere curiosity. They have the power to profoundly change how we face challenges and relationships in the present. Below are two accounts that illustrate how the past echoes into the present and how understanding these memories can bring healing and purpose. Mary had always suffered from an inexplicable fear of drowning. Even in a shallow pool, she felt overwhelming anxiety. Years later, during a regression session, Mary accessed a memory from a past life in which she drowned after a maritime accident. This realization brought her unexpected relief. Recognizing the root of her phobia, she began consciously working through it, gradually freeing herself from the paralyzing fear. This case reveals how unresolved traumas from previous lives can manifest as emotional blocks in our current existence. Healing occurs when we integrate these memories into our present with understanding and compassion. Charles and Julio met by chance on a trip, and from the moment they met, they felt an instant connection, as if they were old friends reuniting after a long separation. Later, during a guided meditation, both accessed memories of a past life where they had been brothers in an ancient village. This insight strengthened their friendship even more, helping them overcome disagreements that had once seemed inexplicable. This second case highlights how many of the connections we form today are reflections of bonds cultivated over multiple lifetimes. Understanding these connections allows us to approach our relationships with greater empathy and love. These stories remind us that our current experiences are like chapters in a larger book. Every challenge, fear, or connection carries an opportunity for learning and growth. Recognizing this dynamic enables us to live with more ease and acceptance, knowing that we are not alone and that every moment is part of a continuous journey. But if our lives are chapters in a larger book, what role are we playing right now? How can we find meaning and purpose in this grand play we call life? Imagine life as a grand theater where each of us steps onto the stage wearing different costumes. In every incarnation, we take on a new role, sometimes as protagonists, other times as supporting characters in the stories of others. Each life is an act in this ongoing play, and we are all here to experience, learn, and grow. But just like in the theater, at the end of each incarnation, we take off our costumes and return to the same place, the source or the light, where everything is one. This metaphor helps us understand that our earthly identities are only a small part of who we truly are. In one life, we may be rich. In another, poor. We may be men, women, or born into different cultures and religions. Each role we play offers new lessons, allowing us to explore various aspects of the human experience. But in the end, when the act concludes, we are no longer the characters we played. We return to the light as whole beings, enriched by the experiences we've gathered. Consider the roles you are playing right now. Is there something that needs to be revisited or reinterpreted? Perhaps you are stuck in a narrative that no longer serves you, a fear, a regret, or resentment. The beauty of this play is that, like an actor on stage, you have the freedom to choose how to interpret your role. Even more, you can rewrite your script at any moment. This perspective shifts how we view life and its challenges. When we realize that every difficulty is just a temporary part of our script, we can navigate it with greater ease. After all, the stage is only a phase, and the true essence of who we are lies beyond the roles we play here. But what happens when the act ends? What if death is not the end, but merely a transition to the next stage of our existence? Death is one of the greatest mysteries of human existence. Many of us fear it, believing it to be the ultimate end. But what if death is merely a transition, a door that opens to lead us back to our spiritual home? Understanding the cycle of reincarnation and the wheel of karma offers a liberating perspective. Death is not the end, but a passage to the continuation of our journey. Think of the experience of an actor finishing their role in a play. They remove their costume, leave the stage, and return home to rest before starting a new performance. Similarly, at the end of each life, we leave our physical body behind and return to the light, where we reflect on the lessons learned and prepare for the next act. Many people who have undergone near-death experiences describe feelings of indescribable peace and joy. They recount that the moment they left their bodies, they felt free from worries and fears, as if they were returning to where they've always belonged. This sense of coming home helps us view life from a different perspective. The fear of death dissolves when we understand that life is merely one stage of a larger, continuous journey. This understanding not only brings peace, but also transforms the way we live in the present. With less fear, we begin to cherish every moment and every relationship. We choose to act with more love and joy, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth. Death then ceases to be a terrifying end and becomes a natural transition, a pause between incarnations, where we rest, reflect, and prepare for the next stage. But if death is merely a transition, how can we live better now? The answer might be simpler than we think. Choosing love and joy in every moment. When we understand that our lives are temporary acts and that death is merely a transition, a fundamental question arises. How can we live the present with purpose and fulfillment? The answer is surprisingly simple. Choose love and joy in every moment. Karma teaches us that every action has an impact. By choosing love over hatred, compassion over judgment, we plant seeds that transform both our present experience and future lives. These choices may seem small, but they are powerful. A smile, a kind gesture, or a moment of patience can change not only the course of our day, but also the lives of those around us. Life is full of challenges, and choosing joy isn't always easy. Yet true transformation happens when we choose love, even in the face of difficulties. Like an actor who continues their performance with grace, even when the stage changes, we too can live with lightness, regardless of the circumstances. There is beauty in accepting that we don't need to be perfect. Just as we are here to learn, we are also here to experience. The key is to try more often to choose joy, even if we fail from time to time. In doing so, we become more aware of our actions and the lessons we are here to learn. Every loving choice we make contributes to a positive cycle. Since we are all connected when we choose to love and forgive, that energy reverberates, impacting everyone around us. It's like plucking the string of a guitar that resonates in harmony with other notes. And the most fascinating part? By choosing love and joy, we discover something even deeper. We are all connected, but how does this interconnectedness influence our spiritual journey? We are all pieces of a vast spiritual puzzle. Each of us is like a note in a cosmic symphony, where every individual experience contributes to the harmony of the whole. The idea of unity invites us to see that we are not separate. Our actions, thoughts, and emotions affect the collective, just as those of others affect us. Imagine that all souls are threads in the same web. When you help someone, it's like strengthening a point on that web, which in turn strengthens you as well. This explains why acts of love and compassion not only uplift those who receive them, but also those who give them. In the same way, negative emotions like hatred and resentment spread, creating impacts that inevitably return to us. This interconnectedness reflects the cycle of reincarnations. In each lifetime, we encounter people with whom we share ancient bonds, and these interactions offer opportunities to resolve past issues, deepen relationships, or learn new lessons. Karma, then, is not just individual, but also collective. What we do for others, we also do for ourselves. Understanding this unity changes how we act. We begin to make more conscious choices, knowing that every gesture matters. The path of spiritual evolution is not traveled alone, but in communion with all the other souls around us. With this new perspective on life's interconnectedness, the next step is simple: live each day with purpose and lightness. But how can we practically integrate all of this into our lives? Now that we understand the cycle of reincarnations, karma, and the unity among all souls, it becomes clear that every moment is a new opportunity to live with purpose. Life is no longer a burden or a race toward external achievements. Instead, it becomes a dance where the most important thing is how we choose each step. Your life is like a chapter in an infinite book of experiences, and you are both the author and the protagonist of this story. The present moment offers you the chance to rewrite old narratives, face challenges with lightness, and find meaning in the little things. In doing so, you not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. The key to this journey is simple: choose love and joy in every moment. Remember, it's not about being perfect, but about being present and aware of your choices. When we choose love over hate and forgiveness over resentment, we make space for inner peace and build more authentic connections with others. No matter what roles you have played so far, each one was essential to your growth. But the future remains open, waiting to be written with new experiences and conscious choices. So, what will the next scene be? How will you choose to live the moments ahead, knowing that every act matters? Life is a gift. Embrace it. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and share your experiences in the comments. Let's continue this journey together, exploring the mysteries of the soul and the purpose of life.